Hey there, Christy and the Junior League of Richmond. It is Alex Reister from the Junior League of Greater Orlando, and I wanted to give you just a quick tutorial on how I create some really audience-centered and visually driven Keynote and PowerPoint presentations. So I'm a Keynote user because I have a Mac. The same rules apply if you're using PowerPoint. I'm just going to use Keynote for this demonstration. But what I started out with a really similar PowerPoint, right? Just like something you have here. And it is not difficult and it's not time consuming at all to take something like this and to turn it into something that's a bit more not only 21st century, but also learning centered. So, what I would always start with is taking all this information, because this is important information and you do actually want to speak this and you want people to know this. I would put this information right down here in the presenter's notes so that whoever is presenting from now until forever has this information down here in the presenter's notes section. And you can even print out a PowerPoint or a keynote with the presenter's notes shown so that the speaker can see these notes down here at the bottom. Now, all the audience will see is the slide. And so with respect to a slide, we want to think about something that is visually driven as opposed to text driven, right? Because if a presenter is just reading all of this information, the audience can read the information faster than the presenter can present the information. And so for the audience, it always feels like the presenter is behind, right? Because they always have the information before the presenter can get it all out, right? Because we can read super quickly, and by the time we're all the way down at the bottom, the presenter is still here, or maybe even here, right? And so this more visually centered approach is helpful for audiences' retention, and it's also helpful for engagement, which I think is something that all of our leagues have really struggled with and talk about quite a bit. And so something that we have on, with the Junior League of Greater Orlando, we have this Smug Mug account, and I don't know if you've ever heard of this or if you have it as well, but this is a great reference, and this is always my first stop for images, pictures of any event that we've done for the past few years. I think this goes all the way back to 2010, maybe even a little bit earlier with some of these just like general find your pictures and put it on Smug Mug. So if I was going to do a presentation on recruitment events, I would come in and check out some great pictures on our Smug Mug account. And if I really liked this one, then I would just download this image to my desktop and use this for a slide presentation, right? So if you don't have a Smug Mug account, I would definitely recommend starting one because it's an amazing way to sort of compile all your images. But another helpful tool, and this is the only place that I go to find high quality visuals, it's called Compfight. And this is a Flickr search engine. And this is an amazing place to go, again, just like their tagline says, to locate the visual inspiration you need super fast. So just for an example, we're going to use dog because I wanted to show you a couple of things. So if you search Compfight, you'll notice that there is a banner ad up here at the top. You do not want to pay for pictures. You can always find stuff for free. So I would just scroll all the way down so that you're not even tempted to use that stuff above the dotted line. And as far as searching goes, sorry about that, ladies. As far as searching goes, you want to make sure that you search all text because that gives you a wider, more broad search. And then you also want to search for commercial images. Now, there's a lot of legalese. I'm sure you have some legal experts in your league as well. But commercial images will always be the best route just in case you want to use your slideshow for a commercial purpose. So Creative Commons is good like in the educational environment, but even though your junior league and our junior league is a nonprofit, if you want to sort of advertise an event that could possibly make money, I mean, I just always find that commercial is going to protect you in all of the instances. And so I just always search commercial. You can do an unsafe search if you want to, but I always keep it safe. And you'll find that if you scroll over, you see this blue down here at the bottom. And this tells you how large the image is. And so you always want to download the largest possible image. And so what I do, I just click this to check it out, to look at all of the things, to make sure that it looks good. And I right click this to see my size options. And typically the original size is always going to be the largest, right? And in this case it is. And so I will just want to download this to my desktop. And since the Junior League of Greater Orlando, we own all of these Smug Mug images, I don't have to worry about citing these. But if you're going to use an image that belongs to someone else, you do have to cite that. And so I'll teach you how to do that in just a second. But coming to Keynote, because I wanted to show you how to actually do this in Keynote. You have your images on your desktop, and so it's really simple to just drag and drop the images onto a Keynote slide and then add a little bit of relevant text on top, right? And so it's going to be the same thing. Sorry, I cannot type and talk at the same time. So it's going to be the same thing that we did here. All of the information is going to be written down here in the presenter's notes section, right? So I'm going to take all of this information and put it in the presenter's notes. But I may want to write on here, I may want to find a picture that represents Families First pre-kindergarten. Put that picture, maybe it's even of the Southside Child Development Center, and then I just want to put that bit of relevant text on my Keynote slide. So that is how I am approaching design. And again, this is based on graphic design principles and visual communication principles. And so to learn more about that, I'm going to give you a few links. But these are just the very simple basics, right? And we found that not only is retention and engagement going through the roof, but our women are actually learning in a way that's just unparalleled. We actually had complaints in previous years about our PowerPoints, and so we did put some specific focus on making sure that we're using this visually driven approach that's really championed by people like Gar Reynolds and Nancy Duarte. And so I'm going to provide you a couple of links that can be really helpful, but I hope this super simple tutorial helps to just see how easy this is, right? So you're not getting rid of the information. The information will just be down here, right? So only the speaker can see all of that, and the audience is just going to see the image and the most important bit of relevant text. All right, thanks, y'all.